Yeah, watch this.
Really?
Watch how sharp this is. Big curves on the left. Hey, this is watch this right here. Look how downhill from here to here this is. And you start climbing the hill. A very tight left-hander with a lot of banking in it. Now you're going downhill, an exceptional downhill run, which makes hitting that corner really difficult.
And that is a lap at the Roval, everyone. So, Steve, as you look at the playoff standings, left-hand side of your screen, kind of who is safe and who's in must-win territory, in your opinion?
I feel good from Byron up. I think Briscoe and Logano, Chastain are all in a points battle for the last spot. And I think from Wallace on down that they really think it's going to be a must-win. You know, the problem I have for Reddick, if Reddick was the first car out at 29, I think it's a tall task, but only beating one car is a little bit more feasible. But to think he has to get 29 points on Logano while also outrunning Wallace and Chastain just makes it a harder mathematical equation. And Cindric, I think it's checkered flag or bust for the driver of the two.
Watch the 54 Ty Gibbs and see what he does on the exit. Some drivers will run the apron of the racetrack. See how low he is? There's more grip there. We're seeing qualifying. Some drivers will try to just shortcut this, make it as short as they can. That was all. That was the start-finish line, a 1:26.6 for Gibbs.
And you'll notice the pink window nets on every car this weekend. Of course, obviously, it is October, so Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and certainly honoring the millions of families impacted by that. You know, I love what Christopher Bell said earlier this week. He said, I think it's one of the coolest things we do all year long, just to let folks say, no, we're thinking about you, families that have been impacted by breast cancer, and their families either losing someone or going through the battle right now. So the pink window nets on every car this weekend.
That 126 is reasonably off the pace from what we've seen here in the past, but that was kind of expected. Talking in the garage, I saw 2.5, even 3 seconds slower than what we've seen. This is the same Goodyear tire we've seen in most of the road courses, and everywhere we've gone, it's just been slow. It doesn't really do anything great. It doesn't want to stop. It doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to take off.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great challenge for the teams. It's entertaining to watch, but it definitely results in a slower lap time.
Tell you what, Jeff, if you're thinking about non-playoff drivers who can win this race, I think everybody thinks Shane Van Gisbergen, but how about A.J. Allmendinger? He can pull it off tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, 3 road course wins, 48 starts. He's really good at what he does. And that was a huge day for Colin. Look at the emotion. It's such a big deal to win a Cup race.
He is exceptional here at the Roval, too. I think at one point won 4 straight Xfinity Series races here at the Roval. So not only one on the Cup side, won plenty on the Xfinity Series side as well. And Steve, I think this Colin group has shown more pace overall. Talked about AJ. I talked with that about AJ earlier in the week. They've shown more pace on Saturdays. They're bringing quicker race cars, but I would argue also at the road courses, we've kind of taken a step up as the road course season has gone on.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a curve. When they first come out of the box, they had great speed. Then I thought they lost some of it in recent years. But I agree, Marty. I think here in the last few road courses, they're giving this road course specialist, AJ, is so good at the road courses, just something to kind of fight with. SVG has definitely kind of masked that for everyone, but he's been right there.
Oh, wow.
Big hit for the 35 of Riley Herbst.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, that's over there. That's kind of on the combination of 5 and 6, that area we talked about. So that's after the right-hander 5 up the hill. So he must have got drivers left out of 5 is all I can figure. Track's still green.
I'm surprised that car is still rolling, Steve, as high as it climbed on the wall.
Man, look at it. It's actually, from the outside, not damaged as much as you would think. Let's look at this right side. I mean, it's beat up, but it's not by any means destroyed. I'm sure the tires aren't pointed in the right direction.
You want to question whether or not this new next-gen car is tough? That's a good answer for it, isn't it?
First start here for a road course on the Roval in a Cup car for Riley.
It was the right-hander turn 5 that gets him in trouble. So about the middle of the infield, this is turn 5, carrying a lot of speed, just loose. And he's going to run out of real estate very quickly. And you're going to see him kind of come into the picture. So while it did climb, it was a little bit of a glancing blow. Here you go.
Look, those are tire barriers.
Right? Kind of compresses, it becomes a ramp.
Yeah. So maybe because it did climb the wall, it's the tire barrier, maybe not a lot of damage here. not as much as we initially thought.
Well, there you see the result.
Didn't help it.
Riley bringing it back to pit road. Certainly didn't help the cosmetics on the Monster Energy Toyota Camry, did it?
It's a good example of, just cup car, first time here, just going out and learning this racetrack. It is, I don't know, with just such limited practice, it is a very difficult racetrack for a guy with limited experience with this car on this track. It just compounds.
Riley Herbst surviving an early one here at the Roval. But the track never went yellow. We're still green for Group A. Much more to come here on True TV as we get practice underway here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Is absolutely accurate. That's what I expect every driver out here to do to win. But now, if you could somehow take it out of context of owner-driver and just two race cars on the racetrack, I think it's fair to say that he moved the leader up into the wall and didn't win the race himself. So if that was, Denny Hamlin against Kyle Larson, I think I would have the same opinion that the move didn't work, so therefore he's at fault. Not egregious, it's great hard racing, and he probably owed Larson an apology. So do I think he owes Bubba an apology as a racer on the racetrack? Perhaps. Hey man, sorry, didn't mean to get you into the fence. Does he owe him an apology because he should expect to be raced differently as the car he owns? Not from my standpoint. I think that I've always said this, multi-car team racing is fine business-wise, but when it starts to affect the moves made to win races, that's very important to me. To win races, it should be every man for themselves.
I agree with what Steve just said. I think that it's complicated, but I actually think Denny did a good job of explaining it. When I'm driving the 11 car, I drive for Joe Gibbs. I drive for all those sponsors, all the crew members. We deserve a chance to go win races. And if I don't put that effort out, then I'm not doing my job. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I also agree that if you are Bubba Wallace and anybody uses you up like that, coming to get the green, I'm going to be mad. And it is an expectation, maybe unrealistic expectation, from teammates that they drive each other differently. We just heard that in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Right? You're my teammate. You shouldn't be holding me up. He wouldn't have asked that of anyone other than a teammate. Teammates make things complicated. So I love the fact that Denny said, I'm going to drive the 11. I love the fact that